Hi guys, this is Gallifrey Customs. Welcome back to another video. Thank you all for watching. I am very excited to share with you today another figure from the latest B&M wave, the first lot of B&M figures for 2023, and it is the History of the Daleks set 13 collector figure set, and it is the 5 Doctors featuring the First Doctor and the Gallifrey Death Zone Dalek. So yeah, starting off with the front of the packaging. It's in the new style, which is very exciting. I really like it. This one is in a blue colour rather than in the yellowy colour that the 6th Doctor TARDIS set is. And the other History of the Daleks set is also in that yellow, so a bit of a different one. As far as I'm aware, each Doctor is getting a different colour. And because this one's a bit of a special circumstance, because technically he is the First Doctor, but he's not the same actor that plays the First Doctor, and it's from the 5th Doctor's era. So it's come in this blue colour, this sort of light blue. And yeah, I think the packaging's really nice from a aesthetic perspective. I think functionally, the only thing I don't like is that this bit here blocks you from seeing the Richard Herndl figure in there, which is a bit of a shame, but at the end of the day I'm going to rip it open and have the figures anyway, so I don't care that much about the packaging. But yeah, so that's the front, and then the side you've got History of the Dalek set 13 featuring the First Doctor and the Gallifrey Death Zone Dalek. And then on the back you have some writing, so you can pause that if you would like. One thing I did notice in this, which is a bit of a shame, is that it says a solo appearance with the First Doctor, this time played by veteran actor William Herndl. Well, it's not William Herndl, it's Richard Herndl, which is a bit of a shame that they've made that typo. But, well, not typo, mistake, because they've obviously got William Hartnell mixed up with Richard Herndl. But yeah, anyway, so this is the packaging, and yeah, really nice. I do like it. So yeah, let's get this open. So here's the insert on the inside, and again, really love that blue colour scheme, the sort of time vortex-y space design. And yeah, I think it's really nice. One thing that really bugs me about this is this horrible plastic blister packaging over the figures. I think it looks kind of ugly and it ruins the aesthetic, and you also can't see the paint apps very well on the figure, and I always like to check the paint apps before I buy. I think, and I know my good friend Captain Jimmy Pie, who funnily enough actually sent me this set, so I'd like to say a thank you to him for sending me, well, for finding it for me and then sending me a set. So yeah, here we go. So yeah, the thing that bugs me is the blister, and he suggested that they tie the figures into this cardboard box behind with the sort of like paper rope that they tend to use, and that we actually get a plastic blister, or not blister, plastic packaging on the front here, so you get the window with the plastic to protect it, and then the figure's actually tied to the insert at the back, and I think that's a lot wiser and it will look a lot nicer. So I think it's something that characters should definitely consider when it comes to the next release of sets. But yeah, so let's get the figures out of the packaging. So here we have the figures out of the packaging, and it's a really good set, to be honest. I think it's actually probably the best set from this bunch of figures. I did previously say that the 6th Doctor and TARDIS is my favourite, but I think this has probably overtaken that because I do really just love the aesthetic of this. It's really exciting to get a Richard Herndl First Doctor, and I think the Death Zone Dalek is such a classic and unique Dalek that I'm quite pleased that they've decided to do it in figure form. Yeah, they've got their positive and negatives, and we'll go into that, but overall I do really like it. So yeah, let's start with the First Doctor. So here's the Richard Herndl First Doctor figure out of the packaging, and yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Interestingly, they did do a version of this a very long time ago, and the head sculpt actually got chucked away in China, so they had to design this digitally this time and redo it from scratch, as opposed to the one that they did before, which was a hand sculpt. But yeah, I think they've certainly captured his likeness really well. If I zoom in here, you'll be able to see that actually they've captured his likeness incredibly. I can't really think of anything to critique on the actual head sculpt of it. I think it looks just like him. The paint job's great as well, very crisp, and yeah, truly fantastic. And then even from a outfit point of view, I mean, a couple of people have complained that the coat is too short and that the one that Richard Herndl had was a lot longer, but I think that's a lot of cost for a very minor thing, so I'm quite happy with it just having the standard First Doctor body. And I think the cream colour of the waistcoat works really nicely, and I like how it looks with the plain grey trousers. The one very annoying thing that I find about this set is that it doesn't have his walking stick, and I understand from a budget point of view and the fact that B&M don't generally include accessories that it's expected, but it is a shame because it is something that he has at all times. So yeah, such a shame not to include it, but oh well. Let's take a look at the Dalek. So here we have the Death Zone Dalek, and it's an absolutely gorgeous variant. I really love it. The colour scheme on it is just lovely. It's this gorgeous dark grey, and the sculpt is crisp. I like the new lights on the dome, and also the new neck bin, which you might notice. So what they've done is they've kind of added an additional piece for the neck ring to make it raised here, and it's not zooming properly, but you get this there, and then a new piece where the head fits so that it's got this extended neck, which you see on all of the 80s Daleks pretty much. So it's really nice that they've gone out of their way to sculpt that piece and include it in this set. I think it's just an additional piece of detail that's really lovely. The other thing I really like is that it's got the little red bit inside the gun to represent the Dalek. I know it had like a little bit that like sticks out at the end with that's in red for the gun, but I like that they've kind of represented it with that little red bit at the end. So yeah, really, really lovely Dalek. The other critiques I do have is that the eye stalk is inaccurate. It should be the eye stalk, I believe, that the remembrance of the Daleks have. Whereas they've just gone for like a very standard eye. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. And also the oval piece, it should have an oval bit in the front of the midsection, but they haven't included that on this one. And actually, if you look at the pictures of the Dalek, it's very hard to see that midsection oval. So unless it was in most pictures you wouldn't notice it, but in some you really notice it. So it's not the end of the world, but it's also not ideal. But yeah, really, really fantastic. So I'll put Richard handle back on. Here we go. And yeah, really lovely set. I'm really glad I bought this, and I hope you are all able to find it too. Very exciting, and I'm very excited to get the Imperial, the Necros Daleks from Revelation of the Daleks 2. I've got those hopefully coming tomorrow, so I'll be able to share a review of that tomorrow. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and comment for more, and I will see you all in the next few days.